Peace, what's up?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support this platform. Much love. I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to the masculine mercenaries. One love to the madam mercenaries. And salute to everybody who support the platform, man. Back here, Sheep Stay Sleep TV this evening with a one-on-one from my brother Israel Doctrine. But before we get into this, I need y'all to make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the show. After you hit the like button, make sure you share the show. After you hit the like button, share the show. After that, Cash App $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Cash App $Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can donate to the show. You also could donate through the super chat. You can leave all your questions, your comments there, and I'll get to them. Salute to everybody that's gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna give us about another 2-3 more minutes so some more people could come through. If you're listening, make sure you hit the like button, share the show. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all another 2-3 more minutes to come on through, and then we're gonna start the show. Okay, we back. We back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let people come on through. I ain't gonna hold my brother up, man. So, like I said, salute to everybody that's listening in right now. Shout out to my brother ID. What's going on, bro?
Peace, what up, what up? DS1 Ross, what's up, man? It's been a minute, you know, just prowling these YouTube streets, running around, seeing what's going on.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, so what's been going on? Like you've been missing in action for a minute, man. Let's update the people on, what's been going on with you.
Well, as most probably heard me say, I'm an info activist, meaning that I put information out and make it active in the community. And being an info activist, I've been attacked. I've been slapped,
Mm,
not actually physically slapped, but SLAP stands for social, legal. I can't even think of it now. But
hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
it's a lawsuit type thing. You know, it's a it's against those that participate in a conversation that they don't want you to have. So I've been participating in this Africa Bambaataa narrative since it came out, and I got slapped. I got hit with a lawsuit. I've been in Chicago fighting it it's finally over with. But last year, that's what I was doing. My channel got taken down. Plenty of internet enemies. From Sonetta to Khalil Money to Star Chambers to Tommy Sotomayor to Layla Wheels to Hassan Camel. Just everywhere you look, it's a coalition of bad guys after me. So it's a strategic lawsuit against public participation. I knew it, but it left my mind. So it was a strategic lawsuit against me last year against public participation in this Africa Bambaataa saga. And all of them ganged up against me, attacked my channel, flagged my channel and just got it taken down for a minute by false flagging it in YouTube, you know. But eventually they gave it back and I'm back in action now. You seen me lately.
So, is it safe to say you
Hmm?
got background noise?
I didn't understand it.
No, I said you got background noise. No, I was asking you. So, is it safe to say they're trying to silence you?
Yeah, I mean, I believe when I was in Chicago, it was a false criminal report. It was all civil at first. Then it turned into a criminal report. And they locked me up for 3 days. And I was about to go to the county jail when my bond finally got me up out of there. But if I'd have got in the county jail where they can push buttons, then they probably would have made an attempt on my life. So, I've been fighting, man.
Okay. So, all right, let's get into the whole thing. Like, how did this whole thing start between you and Hassan? Let's start with him first. How did the whole thing start with you and Hassan?
Well, I reached out to him. That was in 2016 when he first came out on Star's platform. He talked to me. Then he was on the phone call with Sonetta like right after Sonetta was calling him. So I figured I wouldn't be able to talk to him no more, so I didn't reach out or whatever. Then a year later, Prince York and the Africa Bambaataa picture surfaced, and Sonetta had Prince York on his channel after that. So I called him up off of Skype because I had his number still, and we talked. I got a quick little personal interview in. Then when I gave him an interview on my channel, he was running from all the questions and everything, acting as if, you know, he didn't know what I was talking about. But I ain't know. I figured he was under pressure and stuff. But I knew he was lying. So what I did is I waited a little while. Then he called me back one day talking about Kev Gill's relationship he had, newly formed with him, and was saying Kev Gills told him that I get my channel monetized. And I do monetize my channel, but I don't get a lot of views, so I don't get a lot of money. Like he get a lot of views and he get a lot of money. But I don't get super chats and all that. So he was mad at me, I guess, because I didn't have this conversation with him and tell him how you can make money on YouTube. So he said he was going to go out there, and I was like, nah, man, don't do that. What you need to do is start an organization for the children and stuff. And then you get funded through your organization. Being the head of it, the CEO or whatever, you can write yourself a check. Basically trying to help him out, trying to help the children out by creating an organization to help with pederasty and pedophilia and stuff, since this is what he was dealing with. But he snapped on me one day. I did a video, it's on my channel, and it was like, these YouTube streets don't play, or these streets don't play, go hard or go home. If you ain't gonna go hard, then just leave it alone. And he came over there cursing at me, talking about my mother, saying he'll defecate and, you know, piss on her grave and stuff and everything. And that's when I started the What Happened to the Boy movement, because I wasn't gonna be on YouTube like most of these YouTubers talking about his activities with Bambaataa and all of this stuff, and that he gay, and I wasn't trying to get into all of that. So my plan was to deal with the boy, because I heard him on Queen's Flip say that he was one of the guys that was supposed to kill the boy, and I was like, that's not a victim. That's not a victim. That's a victimizer. He was a part of the whole scheme, and he was gonna kill that boy for Bambaataa. That's not a victim. That's a participant. Many people don't believe that. I guess even to now, they still don't believe it. Some may, uh, but he was a participant. That's what I came up with. I put it out there in these streets, and it caught on fire. Most people say, "Well, this guy right here is someone we can pick on." Carl Albert, Israel Doctrine, and smacked him around a little bit, toughened him up, but he ain't tough enough for us. And in these streets, YouTube streets that is, it get pretty rough. And I think people have seen how they took his story, his narrative after I beat him up and just jumped on it.
Okay, so okay. So based on what you just said, is it safe to ask you that you came up with this movement in response to Hassan disrespecting your deceased mother? Is this like a way to get back at him or punish him?
No, it was a way to deal with the conversation. The conversation was, you a liar, you a fraud, you about to scam the people don't know who you are. And when I was saying that and telling them me to go hard or go home, because this is the same time he was like, Sinetta was trying to kill me on 125th Street and all of this. I was telling them, you can go back and watch the video when you get a chance. I think it's on my Israel Doctrine platform. It was like, go hard or go home. And you could tell from the conversation I was having, even with him in the chat then, that it was somewhat a response for going at my mother. Because I wasn't gonna respond like, yo mama look like Miss Piggy or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't finna play the childish games. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to be disrespectful. I wasn't finna go there. So I started the movement to deal with him. Not the fact that he talking about my mother. That was just an added bonus. He came on my channel too. That was an added bonus. Well, I get you for that. I get you for that. And whatever else you do. And that's what happened. Most people like Tommy Sotomayor, Sonetta, they tried to come up with a whole, you did it because he disrespected your mother. If I wanted to get him back for disrespecting my mother, I could have disrespected his mother. I did it as a child, even as a grown man. I could have played the game if I wanted to, but no, I was going to severely hurt him, get him locked up, and everything else that comes with taking a picture to murder a young boy. I mean, that's what you do to people that take pictures to murder young boys for a pedophile. I mean, I'm an info activist. I went and got active on it like that. It wasn't for my mother, like I said.
Okay, okay. So this is basically what you do. It wasn't personal. Even though he said what he said, you know, you was able to let it go and keep focus on the cause. All right, I get that. So um let me see. I got another question here. I wrote a couple down. So so is that your true purpose for creating the what happened to that boy movement? Was that the whole reason?
Yeah, the reason was to bring him down, Bam down, since he was a participant. You take the whole Zulu Nation out. You know what I'm saying? If an organization is passing pictures of a young man around to get him killed after he done been date raped by their leader, then you take them all down. You don't play with them. Like most YouTubers, that's all they do. They play with him. They talked about the Burger King, the J Prince, and all these different things he done to get viewership. Now a lot of YouTubers that help him, like Doggy Diamonds, Sinetta, Tommy, Star, all these people that help him get his 200K. He's bigger than rappers. He's bigger than battle rappers. He's bigger than a lot of folks because they had to saturate him. Right when I attacked him and I brought this out, the only way they could possibly get him out of that is to blow him up and have other things going on where he didn't have to talk or deal with what I was bringing out, my movement and stuff. That's when I started putting the things, why do I have to address this real doctrine? I forgave Bam. Though he forgave Bam, he still was trying to eat off of that until he got into, you know, his social activism, talking about children getting shot and all of this stuff. And, a lot of black people, they swarm at that stuff. You say, hey man, a child been shot and that was wrong. And people like, oh, my heart and the baby. And it's like children get shot every day. Women get beat up every day. All this stuff going on every day. You publicize it though to make money. Why he didn't start an organization that deals with that stuff?
Right.
He didn't start an organization, so he don't care about those who get victimized or beat up or whatever. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know, man. This dude is like, he's what every YouTuber want to be, a nobody to somebody. But he's a nobody that became somebody due to the fact that he claimed a famous hip hop icon sexed him up and sexed him down. That's how he got famous, and he is famous now.
Right. Right. So, being that we are talking about Africa Bambaataa, explain where does Khalil Amani come into this? Because I noticed he's been wilding out lately. So he been wilding out for a little minute, especially since he's been back around.
Well, Khalil Money come in because I was doing research. I wanted to make sure what I was saying was A-OK on the spot. No lies, no fiction, and not what he was doing to get attention. So when I found him, his YouTube page and everything, I went to Facebook, I found him, and I sent him a little message. And he thought, as he said, he thought I was one of them Yahweh Ben Yahweh's cat because he used to be a Hebrew Israelite. So he thought I was a Yahweh Ben Yahweh cat. And he thought I wanted to talk about Yahweh Ben Yahweh because that's his claim to fame.
Right.
Though his testimony or whatever might not lock Yahweh Ben Yahweh up. It might have been his sister or whoever, but he was a part of it. And that's his claim to fame. So he thought I wanted to interview him about that because he's been all over the place with that story since the 80s, you know what I'm saying? But he had a story now in the 2000s. And the story was April the 1st, 2013. Now, how did he get the story? He got the story from DJ K. Slay. DJ K. Slay is the drummer king, the DJ that, deal with all the hip hop beef and stuff. Right? So, K. Slay finds out that Africa Bambaataa then date raped this boy. Now, either K. Slay trafficked the boy to him, know a trafficker that trafficked the boy to him, because this is human trafficking. The boy come from somewhere, somebody sent him to Bam, and eventually Bam date rapes the boy, and the boy stabs Bam. And that's where the whole thing came in. That when I found out he was the one that wrote it, I wanted to get him on so we could go over that. Then when he came on my channel, he started talking about he was a snitch in the sense of the word. On the streets, they call them snitches. But an informant, an FBI informant, because he informed on Yahweh Ben Yahweh, right? He was a part of that. So I'm like, hold up, this dude that informed on a Hebrew Israelite head minister or whatever, he caused Project Megiddo and all that stuff to go down, and he want to say that on my show? I'm Israel Doctrine. Israelites watch my shows. I'm finna have a problem here. So that's how he came in. He tried to take his snitch hood and place it on me. And so me and some co-workers, we fought against that, got him out of the whole snitch thing and stuff, starting out of them attacking him and everything. We got him out of that, and next thing you know, he turned his back and went over there and joined them. But it was, it was some amazing times.
Okay. So that's how he got involved with K Slate. All right.
Yeah,
So,
he got into it with K Slate. He got into the whole thing with K Slate. K Slate called him from New York to where he stayed, Denver, Colorado, and told him, "Hey, look, man, Africa Bambaataa just date raped the dude and got stabbed. Went to the hospital. It's crazy up here in New York. Write about this and send me the article." Right, and the next morning it was out, April the 2nd, 2013. It was out. And the Zulus seen this article when they responded through some hip hop magazines and blogs and stuff, and it started going viral.
okay. Okay. So where did you and him go wrong? Like, how did he, start going after you and, you know, flagging you and doing all this stuff, man? What happened with
Well, this guy by the name of Conscious Speculation, he used to have a picture of XXXTentacion when it was a cartoon and stuff. It wasn't a real picture of the. It was just a cartoon picture of this XXXTentacion, that famous rapper dude. And so he was like the first to attack Hassan. And I just piggybacked and like, you right, because I told him start an organization. Don't go out there as Hassan Camel. You're gonna have problems. He did it. That's when I made the video. Go hard or go home. If you're gonna go out there, you better go out there ready to fight, because you're gonna have to fight. So he was watching, because he had came around during that time. He was watching. Now, granted, XXXTentacion, the cartoon picture that the guy Country Speculation was using, was a picture of his stepson. XX is not stepson, but godson. XXXTentacion is his godson. So he was watching.
Really?
Yeah, it's his godson. That's his godson. We know he dead now, and we know all of that. It was stated that Country Speculation was XXXTentacion. And when Tachion died, Country Speculation basically died on YouTube. You couldn't hear from him no more. So I don't know how many people know that, but yeah, that's his godson. So he was watching that, and I snapped on Country Speculation, because he was saying Bambaataa was stabbed in Brazil, because he was hearing the story, but he was misconstruing things. He was messing it up, and it was like, no, the hospital was in the Bronx. I forget the name of the hospital or whatever, but like the hospital was in the Bronx, man. This
Jacoby?
happened in New York. It didn't happen in Brazil.
Jacoby Hospital?
Jacoby Hospital. Thank you. Nice listening there. I see you've been listening. So I snapped on him. He seen that. He took it personal though. Why he took it personal, I don't know. Maybe because I snapped on his godson. I don't know. Country Speculation may have or may not have been XX Estacion, whatever his name, however you say it. I don't know how you say his name. But he took it personal. So he wrote me a little letter one day. And he was like, look, I'm not Country Speculation. Don't be trying to get me like you the boss and all of that. Because what I was doing, I was asking them, when are you going to call them people? You said you got the feds and the federal marshals on speed dial. Why you ain't hit speed dial yet? You know what I'm saying? They didn't threaten me. They didn't threaten you. They didn't threaten people in my chat, so on and so forth. Why haven't you called your buddies? And that's where the problem started. Now, all this was going on, and he was feeling some kind of way, but he turned his back on me. He say, when I said, Layla Wills, during the time that she went to do the Sonetta interview, and her son was saying he's gonna get Jabari address from her. And he's gonna go to Jabari address and he gonna body Jabari or his wife. That's why Sonetta didn't let him come to his address, cause if she would have went there, he would have got his address from her. He would have bodied Sonetta and his wife and kids, right? So me hearing this, I'm the first to say it. I was like, if she giving addresses out, maybe she gave old boy address out from Atlanta. What's his name? TC Islam. So I just put it together right quick and said it. Well, Kev Gills took it, and one day he was doing the show because I was watching everybody that was talking and participating back then. And I went over there. He stole my narrative as he was doing, and I agreed with him. And he said that was the case. It was F Kev Gills and F me at that point. So that's when he went to the other side. Now, when he went over there, before he went over there, he called me and told me. I'm trying to find the audio. I think I got it, but I ain't for sure. I got so many videos and so much audio, and I didn't name it a certain name or whatever. But he was like, I'm finna go over there, infiltrate, and I'm gonna take him in. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do his thing. That's what he was saying, either to calm my nerves not to snap on him, or that's what he was going to do. He was going to infiltrate them, and he was going to bring all this stuff to the surface. But I got to find that audio.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I was gonna ask you about her too, so I'm glad you cleared that up. So what do you look to gain from the what happened to that boy movement? And do you plan to extend the cause behind what happened to that boy movement any further if anything happens behind this whole thing?
Well, you know, I do ministry like I did with the Bible. I never wanted to say I was a minister, a pastor, nothing like that. But, you know, one day I'm going to be in it. One day I'm going to just do it. But I started a ministry, and it's a YouTube channel up of it and everything. I ain't really did nothing on it, so people don't know it's me, and that's my channel of my ministry and stuff. But that's a part of the ministry. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with pederasty, pedophilia, and fighting against the LGBTQP community. P standing for pederasty, pedophilia, and whatever else starts with a P that needs to be added to that.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is a righteous cause. It has nothing to do with uh you trying to get funding, because a lot of times when you know when guys on YouTube do things that what you're doing, because what you're trying to do, man, you slaying dragons, bro. You're slaying dragons. So a lot of times people look at that as, oh, you clout chasing, you just trying to get some money, you know, you're doing all of this for a check. They don't never look at things as being something as just a righteous cause, as you just seeing you doing this to see justice.
Well, it's like David. When Goliath was doing all his huffing and puffing, which is like Hassan the camel, I'm the baddest, biggest, and y'all can't touch me, and I'm doing all this. It's like, hey man, that uncircumcised so and so that's running his mouth, I'm gonna go take his head. I'm gonna do it for the Lord. That's it. Now, all the praise and honor still gonna go to David. He gonna be king. He was anointed to be king. You can't stop where he gonna end up. Like ain't nobody gonna stop wherever I'm gonna end up, for good or bad or whatever. It's written where I'm gonna be. All I gotta do is keep the course. So that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping the course. This is a part of protecting the community. Like I go with Hebrew Israelites now. I said stop using that term cause they got a list of y'all names on your 501c3 government program that y'all a part of, like ISUPK and stuff. All of them may not have that 501c3, but y'all name is on that list. They gonna take that list and they gonna run it through the system, and you a part of a camp that said they are Hebrew Israelites. So therefore you a Hebrew Israelite, and you going on their list. They gonna get all y'all and round you up, just like they gonna do the Sunday people. That's part of the 501c3 operations and stuff. This is what Lyndon Baines Johnson created the program for. If you don't know nothing about this, stop crying about me checking you on your ignorance.
Right. And that's crazy because I did a show, I did a stream like 2 years ago, talking about that, where they was gonna put all of these people that is in the conscious community up under all of these conscious, slash pro black religious groups. They're all on the BIE list. So I get why you're saying, you know, drop that term, because it's not going to, for one, it's wrong, because the Bible don't call you a Hebrew Israelite, and two, because you putting yourself in danger.
But I get these type of enemies when I speak the truth. You know, when Malcolm X came out speaking a certain language, he got enemies. When Martin Luther King came out speaking a certain language, their thing was to help their people. Black lives was mattering. They mattered to those guys. They wanted to help the black people live a better life. But it's the martyr thing. They want to make you a martyr and not a hero. They want to attack you and kill you. They don't want you to be the hero. Because just like you say, they get envious and jealous. They said, well, he can get all the girls now if he want the girls. I don't caring about the women. He can get all the money, and I'm not caring about the money. He get the fame. See, it's different things that they figure you're going to get for doing the job of helping the people. When it's like, I just want to help the people and I want to go home and go to sleep. But,
See, that's
you know,
but see, that's because you understand the word, and you understand that this is a spiritual war out here. So you don't mind, reaping, earthly benefits and worldly possessions and stuff like that, because you alive and you living in the world. But that's not your cause. And that's why a lot of dudes try to destroy brothers like you, because they trying to block you from the checks. They trying to block you from the women. They trying to block you from the cars and the trips and all of that type of stuff, when you don't even want that shit. That's not what you're doing
I'm
it
just a
for.
poor righteous teacher. When I grew up, that was a group, Wise Intelligent and his brothers, I don't know the other two. The three, a little rap group. They was the poor righteous teachers. And I was like, that's dope. Now I'm from the South. That's 5% lingo and teaching and stuff. A poor righteous teacher and everything, the 5%ers and all of that. But when I heard the name, it trickled down. It did something to me. Like poor righteous teachers. And I always tell people I done learned so much in life that I just want to share and give to the younger folks. Because when I was younger, my father could barely read. My father was just an old farm dude, eventually made it to the factory, made money, and raised his children and died. That was it. He went hunting, went fishing, and got him some you know, Jada Pickett and Austin stuff going on or whatever. He was out there doing what he did. But, you know, that was my pop. He wasn't a drug dealer. He wasn't running the streets. He wasn't doing all that stuff. So that never trickled down to me. I'm not that type of person. You know, that's why they be like, oh, you this and you look that way and you do this. And it's like, look, I'm just a simple country boy. You know, I'm just a simple country boy. I don't need all this stuff. It don't it don't do nothing for me. You know, I would build a tiny house if my mama wouldn't have gave me this house. You know what I'm saying? Because the smaller the house, the less the electricity, the less power, the less air conditioning, heat in the winter. You got everything in the room with you. I would be a tiny house person, but you know, I don't stay in a tiny house.
So
But I
you're
don't go in other rooms.
so you're a minimalist.
Yeah, I don't need the fancy cars and all that. That's what people do when you from the big rich city full of bright lights and you know some of that 50 Cent music and stuff, you know. He just
Yeah,
from the poorest part, but he from the big city, bright lights and all that. That's LA. That's New York. That's some parts of Chicago, some parts of Atlanta and all that. You want them things because you competing with those around you. I'm in Parkin, Arkansas. I grew up, I know how you grew up. We grew up in the same sand pile. Now, what you wearing don't bother me. It could be nice, it could be bummy. I know you. You know me. The clothes don't tell who we are. The hats, the shoes, and different stuff. It's just saying that that's what you spent your money on. Now, if I go over your house, you might not have no TV. You might not have the stuff in the house and this and that. You ain't got nothing because you spending your money on all this worldly stuff to impress people. But when I was younger, the same stuff that's happening on YouTube happened in the world, and I told them, look, if you in parking, I'm in parking. You know better than me. You know what I'm saying? If I stay here and get a job, get some credit, buy a car, buy a house, that's the same thing you doing. We know how this world works. You gonna make $700 a month, and I'm gonna make 4 to 5 a month. It just depends on how we spend now. You would never be too far off where I can't maintain and reach you. You just around the corner.
hmm So let's get into um a, a a term you coined a couple years ago. Break down Hotel Ultra, because I think this is you know tied into all that.
I just wanted to make sure when I unmuted, we didn't have no problem because I messing with the audio or whatever. But Hotep Ultra, Hotep is a statement of peace. Hotep, basically peace, right? Ultra is MK Ultra, a mind controlling mechanism, program or whatever. So I took the two, put them together. Now, it was because of biblical reasons that I made this term up, cause the world gonna end in peace. You know how people be like, peace, brother. But they saying peace, and all along they got that peace behind their back, or they ready to shoot you or do some harm to you. So the God of the Hebrew Israelites, the God of the Kemetic community, because you know Sinetta is a netter, and a netter is what? A deity. Whether true, false, or whatever, that's the whole understanding behind it. So when he said he's Sinetta, he made himself a netter to those who worship him as a netter. Now he didn't say he the God of the Hebrews. I don't think he said that about the Kemetic. But hey, so I came up with this term and I said the Kemetic community using the African spiritual system is attacking the Israelites, who's using the African spiritual system. You know, it was just crazy because I deal with black intelligentsia. Black intelligentsia is just dealing with stuff from a black perspective. Because I really don't like to say black. Israel this and Israel that because I'm Israelite national. So I came up with black intelligence to deal with that. Go ahead. Intelligentsia, I mean.
No, I was just agreeing with what you were saying.
So the basis behind black intelligentsia is black Christians, black Muslims, black Moors for a skin tone. What if they want to go with the it's not identifying us as a nation or not? I don't care about that. But everything from a black perspective against the white oppressive system. Because you got oppressive white Christians, oppressive Muslims, oppressive Moors. You know what I'm saying? So you got the black and the white dealing with race a little bit. We know it's German engineering. They created that whole system. But that's how I wanted to deal with it. Black intelligentsia against white supremacy. And, you know, Hotep Ultra is just a term that I phrased to deal with that whole thing. Two African systems because Northeast Africa is Israel, Jerusalem. It's a part of that continent. It's on that tectonic plate. So when they say the Middle East, ain't no Middle East. It's Northeast Africa.
Facts, facts. So let's go into a little bit because being that you said that, now that I'm thinking about it, back when me and you first met, I was on my whole pro-black in favor for the whole conscious community, thing that was going on. So let's, talk about a little bit how the whole beef that was orchestrated, this whole entertainment, wrestling style type of beef that was created into debates between the Hebrew Israelites, let me say it correctly, and the, conscious community, Kemetic guys, and how that whole thing has created this whole BS we see now. Can you kind of talk about that?
Well, Red Pill said it the best. He said when you have people like Satnetta creating this climate, this climate of chaos, then there's agents in the building. There's some agents around somewhere. Because what he was doing is he seen battle rap. This is where you see him bringing Smack and Beasley and all of them to the Harry Rosenberg debate. Now that blew them up. This is when battle rap started to get the when they deal with the Harry Rosenberg Polite debate. So we know Polite was dealing with battle rap and all of that, but this is when battle rap got ready to turn into what we see today. A lot of people can't go back there because they weren't there. But I was there, I seen it. But Red Pill say Satnetta and all the rest of the conscious community hosts, they seen this and they start weaponizing information. Well, we take this and we attack him and we can destroy him. We can take over his flock and his money then, and we can big business, set him down, set up shop, and we good then. So I came around this era, 2010, 12, 11, 13, and all, 12. So I got a debate with Dr. Mayat. This is how I said I was going to enter into the community because they didn't want to let me in then. Gorilla Hebrew was over there. We used to be on Sal Showtime debate talk for you. We used to talk a little bit. We was cool, you know. And I seen him go to Sarnetta, so I was like, get me over there, bro. He couldn't do it. He didn't want to do it or whatever, right? So this is when Sarnetta was doing the Skype. So I ended up getting on there one night through Skype. Then Sarnetta was like, okay, I'm going to deal with him. So Unc them attacked me. I mean, Raw Squad attacked me. And I was having it out with Unc. So one night I was finna get him because he was around here sacrificing to the pygmy dude, the twat dude. What's his name? The pygmy, what's his name? Best. He was around here sacrificing the Best, shedding blood and showing his child and everything. You see this blood, and right? So I had the good angle on them, and they was running around saying they was Masons and stuff. Him and Gozy, Sinjetti, and all of them. So I had the good angle on them. So I was finna bust him out one night. So he called Sarnetta up, unbeknown to me. Sarnetta called into my show to protect them. So I'm like, you call in, you don't know what's going on. So he called Polite. So I got Sarnetta and Polite, like the Don King and Muhammad Ali of the conscious community on my show. Like, where the hell y'all Negroes come from? But they basically bowed out. It's like that between you and Unc. So I was like, the next night I got him. I'm going to put his name in the title. And I'm going to call him over here. And I'm going to talk to him about that with him and Polite. Them just did trying to bully me or scare me. So, boom. That was it. They brought a riff at that point. When the riff came, it was like, well, get Unc to debate me. This is how the whole Dr. Mayat and Atlanta thing happened. So we was trying to work out the thing with Unc, but Unc was scared. He always, I'm bringing the and Ra squad with me. If I don't bring the and Ra squad with me, I ain't coming. So I'm like, come on, man, I ain't got no squad. What I look like getting 4 or 5 dudes together that may agree or may not agree on subjects. We can't beat a team that's, you know what I'm saying, gel together like that. So it was a big, big thing, you know. So it turned out that none of them debates that they set up, because this is when Natural Tahuti went to jail. Him and Bashir was supposed to do the debate in Atlanta, but it got messed up because Tahuti went to jail. So they was looking for some replacements. They got Bashir, this and that, and they was doing a bunch, but it ended up just me and Dr. Mayat. We was the debate. They had Minister Inky, what's his name? The Blood, the rapper dude, you know, his mama. Sister
Queen of Four.
Sister of Fool. She was there. Inky was there. You know, bunch of people was there. They made a lot of money that night. They didn't give me my money though, and everything. So I've been messed around for business-wise with this conscious community for a while. But I've been trying to destroy him for a while. It makes sense, like, never let him get a political arm or money, because if he get it, he gonna destroy us. He got what it takes to destroy us. So I went down there, I beat her, they destroyed the videotape. If somebody got it, but for as the world know, they said the footage messed up. They ain't got it. But somebody got that videotape. And I destroyed her. And Sarnetta was setting up me and Gorilla Hebrew at that time, because I was saying my motto was salvation is to all righteous people. You got a righteous God. You got righteous people. They're his people. He's not going to destroy them and throw them in a lake of fire. And I was attacked by Daniela and different Hebrew Israelites. For what reason, I don't know. Because you figure if the Hebrew Israelites knew anything about their God and that he's righteous and he's not going to destroy righteous people, they would have said, well, he's telling the truth. But that One West doctrine put a division between us. So they was trying to play that for a while, and I would always show them that that is a sound statement that y'all can't touch it. Put Gorilla Hebrew out there if you want to. Put Tazariak out there if you want to. Daniela, all of them. But see, what Sadnetta do is he recruits. He get numbers and people viewing him, so he recruits. So he take a guy like, say, Battle Truth now, a battle rapper, because he trying to tie the two communities together. When you in battle rap, you going to hear Sadnetta name, Polite name, and different people, right? Now, Polite did it before him because he was messing with B-Dot, right? I interviewed B-Dot and stuff, but you would hear Polite name come up in the battle raps and stuff. So he go get Battle Truth, bring his sister on, which is a Hebrew Israelite, and show how they differ from each other and all this and stuff. You know, he say a chess player, so he's playing mental games on the community and people that he deal with. But see, he'll take a guy like Battle Truth and try to put him in my position, which is cool. He's similar to my position, but he's not me. You can't replace me, as my buddy like to say. In weird science, if you put another dial or you leave the dial out, the science experiment don't work. You can't recreate the experiment if you ain't got the dial.
See, let me just say this before you keep going. See, the reason why he'll use Battle Truth is because Battle Truth gets views through the battle rap community. So that's why he'll he feel like Battle Truth is more useful. That's all it is. He doesn't really care about he really doesn't care or respect Battle Truth's views and stuff like that about the Bible. He doesn't care about that. He's just
Yeah,
used.
but for the most part, I'm the reason Battle Truth is over there. Me and Battle Truth, we started talking, right? Because I was trying to be on this show. I ain't been on the show yet. The brother won't let me over for some reason. But anyway, maybe because he didn't connect with Sinet or whatever. But I was trying to be on this show, so we connected on Facebook. And I was called Albert to him. I wasn't Israel Doctrine. He didn't know me by Israel Doctrine. So we talking and stuff, and he say, "Oh, you Israel Doctrine." Once he realized that I was Israel Doctrine, the conversation shift. Because he like, my wife used to watch you. Or my wife watches you. She know who you are. She watches you. Meaning that at times he watched me. He watched my platform. So he seen what I was doing. He heard my conversation. Like it, don't like it, whatever. He seen me out here. And then that's when he became Battle Truth. Which is cool. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't wear no robe. I don't slang no gavel. I don't do that. But I do put judgment on what's going on in the community. I am a watchman. So I do sound the trumpet when I see all this stuff going on. So he talked to me when I first went on there, the interrogation room. And he was like, "Why you going to the interrogation room?" Because I was like, it give me a chance to spread the word of God. Ain't no question he can ask me that's gonna stumble me. He tried to ask me about Enoch. Is Enoch dead or alive? I say Enoch dead. So then you remember I went on a series showing how Enoch died. And he was like, okay. So he went over on Sodnetta's to spread what he called the gospel. So I'm the reason he over there. Like when the Kemet on trial stuff started, Reggie called me, asked for Jonathan Owens' number. Slide casual, whatever you call it in the rap world out there with the hieroglyphics and stuff. I gave him the number. That's how the and Rock squad eased in the back door and got in that debate. So I'm a lot of reasons for a lot of things because I'm a major player. Now, since this Bambaataa stuff that came out, people then start doing their social distance. Man, don't get by that nigga. That nigga a snitch. Back to that Khalil Money stuff. He brought that over here. And we fought that violently. We beat up people, right? But the truth of the matter is, he made a statement to capture the heart of the people. I'm gonna correct that statement now. He said Yahweh ben Yahweh was gonna sleep with his daughters. His daughters weren't even in the compound. His daughters was at grandma's house. His wife, mother, had the children. So why did he go back and snitch or tell on Yahweh again? I don't know, but he need to correct that in this little series that he's on right now. The babies was at grandma's house. Yahweh wasn't going there and sleeping with them, so I don't know why he went back or why he told on Yahweh ben Yahweh. Just to correct that never.
Okay, okay. So all right, now that we done cleared that up. Because the reason why I asked you to clear that up, because I want people who's listening, I want them to understand that this is a picture. This is a whole big production. It's not, it's not sectioned off. It's all a part of this whole thing, because now, as we all saw, Sinetta just interviewed Hassan after they've been beefing for like the
No,
past.
no, he pieced it up with him, with his cousin Shaft, who made a video talking about he got beef with me now because I never told him I'm trying to break it up. I was at work. I'm coming home, get a call from somebody that tell me what you say to Sinetta them because they over here making videos ready to beef. I'm like, man, look, I just got home. I'm finna go lay down and go to sleep. But then I click on the video, so I hear his cousin, Mr. I've been in jail for so many years, talking about now me and you got beef because you trying to break up this piece that I created. Now, I ain't like that, but I didn't attack him. I'm a little peaceful now. I'm a little bit humble. I've been humbled a little bit going to court, about to go to Cook County, get killed, murdered and stuff. Hey, you get a little humble. You said, well, I ain't gonna move as fast. I'm gonna watch these cats a little bit closer. They done put a slap on me and stuff. They doing stuff I never thought they could do to me. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna get them in the end because I win until I lose. So after he made peace with him, he brought him over there and gave him what Bambata was given, effing. Because when I first heard the first video, they moved right into the what happened to the boy movement. They weren't even supposed to touch the boy. You would figure if the boy isn't important, you would leave the boy out of the conversation. They moved right into it. I said, oh, Sinetta playing chess. This guy going, I'm her son, the realest illest killer from the river conversation, and he gonna get him. He gonna get him. He gonna psych him right up to talk about what he don't need to be talking about. That boy. So I ain't even did my breakdown of that. I ain't even touched it. I don't want to touch it. I want it to simmer down and then hit them with it. I want them to get bigger. So when I say stuff, it'll stick more. The bigger the person is, like Jada and Austin, when it's big, everybody listen to you. When it ain't that big, people steal your stuff and get money off of your work. They'll steal your work, make money off of it, then claim that you all about the money. But anyway, he
Okay.
psyched her son up to talk about that boy. He put her son back on the radar for me, whether if he was trying to or not, right? But he had his cousin make a video about me. Now, Sarnetta called me after that. He trying to say we didn't have nothing to do, so we was just playing and we was messing with you. I'm like, but you lied to the people. Got everybody in the comment section talking about me a certain way. Got some dude from Chicago that I met through his uncle. Talked to him one time. Might have sat in on one of his radio programs. Talking about he taught me. Like, dude, I don't even know you. I never met you. You talking about you taught me because I sit in on one of your programs to see what you was doing? It
But
was
see,
crazy.
before you keep going, bro. But see, that's why I brought up the whole Hotep Ultra, you know, WWF shit. Because why would they do that to play with you? Like what grown man play like that with other grown men, man? That's entertainment. They doing shit for views and shits and giggles, and they're using certain people to be, to be the bottom of their jokes.
Right, but see, Hotep Ultra only exists because I learned this from being on the Ross Squad show. If you don't have your opposition on the show, it ain't no show. Don't nobody want to hear that Hotep jump. You know what I'm saying? Now, Hotep or them Kemetic people, they have a salvational thing within their teaching. That's the whole thing where they wear your heart like a feather and you got to do your 42 negative confessions and all of that. They have salvation in their doctrine. You never heard it though. You never heard it. Though I talked about salvation and talk about salvation all the time. The saving of your soul from the eternal damnation of being eaten by the alligator, right? That's what they whole thing is about. Don't get eaten by the alligator. You got to be righteous. Your heart got to be righteous. A righteous God gonna save his righteous people. Those that's righteous gonna get salvation every time. Those that's unrighteous ain't gonna get it. So you need the Hebrew Israelite, the Christian or something as the opposition. And the Hebrew Israelites have played along with Satnetta so long. That's why you find other Hebrew Israelites saying, well, I want to be the next Tazariot. I want to be the next Daniela. I want to be the next Ashar. All these One West individuals that Satnetta then pumped up and glorified on this channel, right? Now see, if you go back, who won the first debate out of the Hebrew Israelites? You had Tazariot be polite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Nasi beat Seti. Then you was gonna have Ali Muhammad against Shaka War or whatever. One of my ISUP. And it didn't happen. So I was the third up to beat up on a Kemetic person, a woman. They didn't want me to have the debate. Why are you debating a woman? But I beat her up. I destroyed her, right? Because my premise was I went to Job, right? Where Job wrote, how you gonna receive good from God but not receive evil from God? You know how people say he the God of good or evil, he create good and he create evil. It's saying if God bring good or evil to you, like Job, Satan said, hey, let me touch him, do every God said you can't kill him, but you can do the worst of the worst. You can do the worst of the worst. Whatever you want to do to him, you can't kill him though. Job endured that. Now, in your Masonic rituals or whatever rituals and stuff to get in these secret societies, what they do, they eat an egg and then they put it in your mouth, or they do the worst of the worst, sleep with you or whatever it is. If you wouldn't do that, then you become more than an initiative. You become a part of the group. So to get in God group, you have to endure this world. If you can endure this world, then you're going to get life eternal. But that was my premise. I taught that. And I showed how if you sojourn with Israel, then you Israel. If you see all these Israelites walking in, there's a Kemetic in there, and there's a whatever else in that little group, a mixed multitude of people amongst Israel. You ain't going to say that's Israel in a mixed multitude. You're going to say that's Israel. Similar to when Israel was walking with the Egyptians. They said them the Egyptians. No, them was Egyptians and Israelites. They just couldn't tell the difference between an Israelite and an Egyptian. That's when I used to teach the secret relationship between the Israelites and the Egyptians. But nobody remember these things, so nobody come to my platform because everybody say Israel doctrine to put you to sleep. You won't get the entertainment you will get listening to us. Because we're going to tell you some lies. He ain't going to tell you no lies. He going to be hitting you with all facts, and they're going to be boring. They're going to sound very, very, very boring. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Hey, see. I think it's because you was never willing to play the game. So I look at it like this: if either you at the table or you on the menu, you never played their game. So at the end of the day, they had to find a way to blacklist you, to blackball you, to in the YouTube streets. You taught me this. Your reputation is all you got. So
Let me ask you a question. What did you hear that term at first? YouTube streets.
you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, what they have to do is they have to like throw a blanket over you like you never existed. That's why he rocking with Battle Truth. So they could kind of like push you out and they could like you said, put Battle Truth in your spot. But guess what? That's not gonna work because Battle Truth doesn't know the history. He doesn't know nothing on what's going on. He's just a guest. You see? But he's there because he's part of Hotep Ultra. He's part of Conscious Community WWE, where Sonetta is Vince McMahon, and you got the NWO, which is the Hebrew Israelites, versus DX, which is the Comedics, and they got these debates, which is wrestling matches, and you got other guys that's in the wrestling joint that they only wrestle on platforms that are lower. And then you got guys that never get their shot. Because
Yeah, because all these people trying to be side another. I used to do Sal's Showtime show, Debate Talk for You. Like I said, I had plenty of debates over there. Never lost one. It's only one that's questionable, and that was the color of Esau. But I won it because I said, well, just show Esau is white. I'm saying he ain't white. I'm saying he black or some other color. You saying he white. So I ain't gotta prove that. You prove that he white. And when I gave it to him to prove it, he couldn't prove it. So I was like, I won that debate too. But then I went from there to like Solar Mind Debate League. Now you know Solar Mind called itself recording me for Sidnetta and attacking me and stuff, but I still showed the brother love. Now I'm winning all them debates, but it's rigged because they got voters. So when they vote, they don't vote for me. It's like, did y'all not hear that debate? I just destroyed that guy. His whole premise, like we did one with what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But the premise of the debate was it was dealing with what's the letters for like the Pan African community fixing stuff, science, engineering, and all of that.
oh, you talking about
I can't think of it
Pitbull?
now. Huh?
Pitballs?
No. I mean, he talks about it and deal with it too because he's a Pan African, but it's science, engineering, technology, or whatever, computers, however it
Yes,
is, and then it's got an acronym.
STEM.
STEM, the STEM, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought STEM from the Bible and then showed the Bible got other stuff that it deals with too. And the other guy just brought STEM. He didn't bring it good, but he brought STEM. I brought STEM and the rest of the Bible. And he won the debate. And it's like, the Bible deals with everything. It even deals with STEM. So how do he win the debate trying to give y'all just STEM when I can give you STEM and so much more? And I was like, it's all good, man. You know, that's
You
how
wanna
y'all
know
win
why?
against me. You get voters and vote against me, and the voters is just rigging the debates.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why they don't rock with you. Because you denounce you don't say I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You say I'm an Israelite. So by you saying you're not a Hebrew Israelite, you're not a part of the BS, which ties into what you was talking about earlier with the 501c3 and all of that stuff. All of that stuff we know is intertwined. So you ain't at the
Yeah.
table.
Sonetta needed a 501c3 to get into Apollo. 501c3 business is non-taxable dollars. So I could say, send me a PayPal, send me a Cash App, go to GoFundMe, send me money, and I ain't got to pay no taxes on it, and I get all the money and do what I want to do. But you hear me say I started a ministry. My ministry is not a 501c3. So there is another type of ministry out there you can have that won't allow you to just do what the government or people that's in charge of the 501c3 corps to tell you to do.
Right. And I'm pretty sure, being that they have 501c3s, they know that they don't have to do that. But they're doing that willingly because they're being they're being rewarded. There's an incentive for being wicked and evil. And that's what they're doing.
Hey, you ask the questions, I'm gonna answer them as best as possible. You know, I don't run from them either.
Exactly, exactly. So my I got one more. I think I got one more question because I wrote a couple now. Um, so being that you lost your channel, were you ever, were you ever offered? Did anybody ever come and offer you anything? Any hush money? Any you know business offers or anything before
Nah,
they took your
nah.
channel?
See, what happened is Later Wells was flagging Khalil Money's videos. So he was making videos about me saying how I couldn't do stuff in the community is powerless and stuff. And I was putting them videos up. And Layla Wells was flagging the videos. So I was doing my homework and I was, look, this woman don't own the copyrights and stuff, this, that, and the other. Don't take my channel down. Because it was like 8 flags. You know, after 3, you supposed to go. So for months, it was like 8 flags. And I was doing my homework. Hey, don't take my channels down and stuff. Eventually, instead of just attacking the Israel Doctrine channel, they took Israel Doctrine Reloaded, Carl Albert, Israel Doctrine MCEO, the Circus Monkey, the Black Intelligentsia. They took all my channels down. I didn't have one channel on. I was like, what the hell? They just took everything. I don't have a voice in the community. I gotta recreate this channel. So then I recreated a channel. I created me a channel and I got back to working. I didn't link it to these because they had shut all these down. So one day I was just sitting up. It was actually, I looked at it today. It was January the 4th. I was sitting up and my phone just went off. It started hitting me with all kind of notifications. Bling, 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 bling. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Somebody fighting somebody just got murdered or something. What's going on? I looked and I said, oh my God, they done gave me my channels back. I told you all that they was going to give me my channels back because it was falsified information that got them taken down, and I can prove it because they ain't got no copyrights. Everything they was doing was false. Got my channels back, and the information is back now. Like Khalil Money, his channel went down. You can't find that information no more. I got it, but if you was looking for it, you can't find it, and I ain't put it back up yet. I just gave you a couple videos and sound bites of what's going on. But he finna do a series, document series, trying to tell the story, and let's see if he get it right. Let's see if he tell you my children was over their grandma's house and no longer in danger of being molested by Yahweh ben Yahweh. So I just wanted to get him back because he slept with my wife or whatever. Let's see if he tell the truth.
So, do you think Khalil, you know, whoever powers that be, told Khalil to flip on you and, pretty much say after what happened to that boy movement, stop going at Hassan and because I see he teamed up with Layla Wells and they teamed up to go against you. And now Khalil don't even talk about Hassan no more.
Well, let me just say this. Sonetta gave me Star Chambers' number, right? Or the Star Report number, Troy Terrain number, right? I called it. I said, hello, this is Real Doctrine. He said, look, don't call my phone no more, and hung up on me. Now, just like this slap thing that happened to me, I wasn't going to harass him and call his phone no more. Even when he was doing the what happened to that boy thing, saying, should I give you his name or whatever, he was making it so I could call in, but I didn't call in because I was like, if I call in, they gonna come at me with a slap. I don't even know how they was gonna come, but I was like, if I deal with these people they gonna come at me. So he said, I'm not gonna talk to Israel Doctrine, but that Khalil Money guy, he old school Negro like me. If I talk to him, I can flip him and get him on my side. So now I put audio out there, Khalil talking to somebody, right? And Sharif Bey, I say his name, Sharif Bey, which run around with Africa Bambaataa, the Moorish movement, and the whole, Ali Muhammad and all this little group of people, right? So Sharif was trying to help him with a movie deal and this and that. If you listen to the audio, so when he did this, like I say, he told me he going over there to take him down, infiltrate, get information, bring it back, and they gonna be out of here, right? Now I didn't believe this because he would never take the speed dial and hit it and call the feds or the federal marshals, because they was threatening everybody's life. We gonna kill you, we gonna kill you. I'm murdering niggas. It's put the murder game down. That's what they was saying. Now if they did it or didn't do it, wasn't even my question. I was like, you got the speed dial. They talking murder. Hit the speed dial. Lock him up. So, like I said, I got the audio somewhere. I gotta just find it. So he called me and told me he gonna infiltrate, and then he gonna bring bodies back or bring information back. This was to either calm me down so I wouldn't attack him, or he was really gonna do it. But I believe what they did is they gave him a offer. Cause see, Hassan attacked Star and said that Ice-T manager, this Mr. Ice-T, I don't bag down. I don't bag down like that. Mr. Ice-T. Mickey Benson met up with Star. They took a picture and everything. He said Mickey Benson broke him off that bag. Now everybody to a degree done got a bag a little bit. I ain't never got no bag. But when her son first left it alone, they had the Zulu Council meeting, and he told them, if you give me 3 things, I'll never bring this up again. That's why he said, I forgave Bam. See, he forgave Bam, but when Star brought that audio back out, it got him caught up again. He had to address it. And he forgot that he forgave Bam. And he got out here in this public. He wasn't talking like he talk now. See, back in the days, he would say stuff. That's why I come in at. He would say stuff and it'd get past the interviewer. Yeah, I was going to kill that boy. Went right past the interviewer. You was going to kill the boy. That stab man, you supposed to call the FBI. This dude just told me that he was a part of a murder plot to murder the young boy. Now the young boy ain't came out. He probably murdered the boy, right? So he said, we need to clear Bam's name. Shot right past the interviewer. Or the interviewer didn't care. It was good entertainment because he said that on Sonetta. I was on the phone with Star Mickey Benson, Ahmed Henderson. We was trying to get the video down. Star wasn't gonna take the video down. So hey, we got to clear Bam name now. That's what Oh God and Hip Hop Uncensored hit him with that day. They hit him with that, and he was like, I ain't say that. Then he thought, oh, Israel Doctrine put it out there. I did say that. So he got mad, right? So once again, I set the foundation. Everybody that stole from my foundation, I made $1 million corporation. I made $1 million corporation. This Hassan Camel Africa Bambaataa thing is worth trillions of dollars probably. All these guys that ate off the plate that I fixed. And it's a shame. I ain't made $1 off of it. They took my channel down. I couldn't even get 100. I used to get $100 every month or more. I couldn't even get $100 for months. Even when my channel came back, $20, $30. I'm like, they demonetized certain channels. They left Israel Doctrine Reloaded with some monetization, but I could never get no money.
They shadow
So
ban.
I'm like, man, yeah, I'm like, these cats trying to destroy me, but it's all right. I'm gonna fight back. So what I did, I took months to learn SEO. SEO is what? I forgot exactly what it is. I get it, but it's a strategy how to social engineer your channel, right? So I took months learning what SEO is. Search engineering optimization. So I'm like optimizing my videos now. I make sure that I go look. Should I use this title? Should I not? How many tag words and stuff? What type of little, subscription? Tell people, the subscribers, what the video is about and stuff. And I optimize. Like if you've been on my Facebook, you see I put a video up and then I go to Google. Not just YouTube. I go to Google and I take the picture and say, look, this is on the front page. This is the first video. This, that. So I learned how to do that. I had to sit down and learn how to do it. Right? I got a blog channel, but I ain't really went and optimized it with the SEO. But it's like now I rank on them. You see a video of mine and it's up there. I don't always get #1 and stuff, but I'm like, after a couple months, I'm gonna go check it out again because I'm new to it. I'm like, I go check it out again and let me see where I rank it. So optimizing these videos now, I'm making YouTube and the people that's shadow banning my page work hard. So like I said, once again, it's $1 million business, $1 trillion business, because these people getting paid working to stop my information from going out. And when they slow down and they ain't working, my information get out. So it's like they never was working. So I'm feeding a lot of people with this what happened to the boy narrative. See, Hassan said he was one of the persons that was supposed to kill this boy. He said Tawfiq got a picture too, right? But if he was one to kill him and he didn't kill him, who said other guys didn't kill him? Who said he ain't dead because somebody else killed him? If that's the case, then you still responsible for the death of this boy because you didn't tell the police that they gave you a picture and they wanted to kill the boy and everything. It's just a mess. It's a mess. And they don't have nothing to clean it up. And like I put up the clips today, or yesterday, Khalil Money wouldn't call the feds, wouldn't call the federal marshals, anybody end up dead or anybody that's already dead is responsible for their death. Khalil Money is one because he could have called the feds and had them come in and stop this whole thing. Yeah, I called the feds while he was still on my team. He hadn't left yet. He was still on my team when I called the feds and told them this guy is threatening my life, Sonetta life, Khalil money, my co-workers, blah, blah, blah. I believe he was trying to threaten you, Dollar, and a couple people that was in my chat. Because Layla Wells was after Dollar, Lack of Black, and the hand, and Jaquel, and a couple people that be in my chat. Like, I'm getting them. So in my court case, they name was in there. They name was on my paperwork and stuff, her paperwork. And like I said, we had a couple trials, but I never got to speak at the trial. She started first, spent 4 hours or so of talking, lying, and then said something about the criminal case, and the judge stopped the trial, threw it out, and said, y'all got to come back. But eventually, she was going to get caught for false statement orders and everything. That's why I did the video. YouTube wouldn't let me put up the headline or the title. White woman calls the police on bird watching. You know the white woman that had the dog, and she called the police, and the dude was recording, and she was like, yeah, he's threatening my life and stuff. This is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. I'm watching YouTube, I'm participating, and she go to the court and say, he threatened my life. Now, she gave 3 reasons. We went to domestic violence court, right? She gave 3 reasons to get me to court, to get paperwork on me to even start the process. She gave 3 reasons. I made a video saying, I took it down, but I was talking about a Chicago BITCH or whatever. I cussed out, but I was showing emails and stuff, and I laid it all out. She used that video. She used another video that a Hebrew Israelite, y'all know the one that been chasing me for years, right? I ain't gonna say his name. I don't want him on my tail. I can beat him up, but I don't want that nigga. You said my name, but you know that Hebrew Israelite, cause I used to have a lady that was married, that I got pregnant, and she was talking about aborting the baby, and I was on some I'ma kill them all. I was in that mindset once upon a time. So I was talking about, most of y'all probably heard it, I was talking about that situation. So they took that situation where I stalked her, I said I stalked her, they took that, and that's how they got the case against me, saying he's stalking her, he's threatening her, Layla Wells. So they had some audio from that. It was just crazy, man. But she couldn't prosecute me. She had no case. I wrote out the affidavit. Let me see. Here goes some of the paperwork here. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Is that the... Where that paperwork is? It ain't that shoebox. What a shoebox is. 1 second. 1 second. Let me close the camera. 1 second. So this the shoebox. See, I do wear Nikes. But anyway, let me see. Can y'all see Cook County on there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm doing a bad. Yeah. So this my paperwork and stuff, right? Let me show y'all my affidavit. The thing that saved my tail in all of this. Because if I want to drop this affidavit, then they wouldn't have been leery about messing with me. But when they seen that affidavit, because she went harassing YouTubers and said I lied on their platform and stuff. My video ain't up to date. I was surprised. I looked for it one day and I saw, oh, they took my video down. But anyway, as you can see, my paperwork. Let me see, go this way. Layla Wills versus Carl Aber Davis. Let me see.
Yeah, I see it.
Let me see if I can get the case numbers and stuff up there. They go to case number and everything. Let me see. Go this way.
I see it.
So this
Electronic
how thick it is. This how thick my affidavit is. See, people say, "Oh, he can't read it. He can't write. He can't do this." Now I ain't gonna lie. I had some help, but hey, I got it done. So in this, you can see it all. You can hear it all. I might make it public one day, cause like I said, I got a blog spot. It's a thick little thing right here. And this might not even be my affidavit. Let me see. That ain't my affidavit. That's some stuff that I was finna prepare if we kept going. She dropped the case though. They told her, you need to drop this case because if this go to court, it's going to turn around and bite you in the butt. Because they had to drop the criminal charges. They had nothing to stand on. They had to drop them. Once they dropped them, when we went back to the court, she said, they dropped the criminal case. I'm finna drop this case. Right? Here go the paperwork of vacation and stuff, right? They vacated it. So let's go. There go. Let me see. Now I need to go this way. Let me see. Okay, now you can see it. There goes some of the court numbers. Let me see. Right here. Let's see if you can read that. That's vacated, right? They vacated it. In court, December the 23rd, 2019. It was vacated right there. Right? So I still ain't got my affidavit, but I got stuff that's close to it, right? So here goes some of the YouTube stuff, false flagging and everything. I had to have paperwork, man. So like Inky lied on me, said he didn't have no PowerPoint when you can clearly see me standing up pointing at the projector, right? But he lied and told the people he didn't have a PowerPoint. Well, when they was using in the debate, they used a hotspot and allowed her to use the internet right there at the debate. They hotspotted her. I didn't have no sites or nothing to go to the hotspot, so they didn't hotspot for me. They blew out the audio system. We couldn't even speak on the mic no more. We had to yell and scream. Now, when we did that, I did have a Word document, and so I went to the Word document that had pretty much all my notes so they can see them. Because you really can't hear me. I'm yelling and screaming, but it's a crowd packed room, and ain't no audio system because they done blew the audio system. You know how you go to the Matrix, and that noise, that's how it sounded. They blew their audio system. Yeah, in Atlanta, debating with the House of Conscience. Didn't get no money. Sinetta didn't make sure I was good. None of that stuff, man. It was just terrible, man. I have a terrible time dealing with this conscious community, man. But I love doing it because, like, salvation to all the righteous people, they don't put the righteous in the lake of fire no more. The ones that ain't Israelites, they had to change that. They had to say, okay, they're going to be in the kingdom, but we're going to rule over them. But their mindset is, we're going to do them like they did us in slavery. And it's like, if y'all say that was wrong, how you going to do them like that? You ain't righteous, so you won't rule over them. You're going to be in the lake, and they're going to be in the kingdom. And they're going to get salvation, and you're going to get damnation. But it changes the course of things. I've been around since 2009. That's when I made my social media debut, right? And since then, Dumb and Rock Squad is irrelevant. SETI is irrelevant. All these different people just disappeared off the scene because nothing they said was stick to where they can still say it today. Everything that they talked about, everything they call themselves putting down for the black community, in the sense of the word, it didn't stick. The morals can still say nationality to the day and say black status is not nationality. It's stuck. You can't get rid of that. So it's certain doctrines and certain things that people teach.
Froze up, bro. You might have to refresh. Yeah, y'all get a brother Israel Doctrine a minute, y'all. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. Let the brother refresh for a minute, y'all. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Y'all go ahead and donate to this powerful show, man. He'll be back. Oh, you said who put him in jail? Layla Wells. Layla Wells, Haven. All right, just let me know if you need the link again. I'll put it in the chat room. Yeah, Layla Wells, Haven. False stalking allegations. It when he showed the paperwork, it said it. It was for electronic harassment. The power dead. What you mean? But you got to put it on the charger? Okay, I got you. I got you. So salute to my brother Israel Doctrine, man. I don't think you're gonna be able to come back on this one. We might have to do a part two or something, man. Let me know if you want to do a part two in the background, bro. We could do a part two. But yeah, Haven, what you could do, bro, is you could catch the playback and you could hear what he's saying. You could catch the playback so you can hear what he's saying. Okay, got you. Coming back up now? All right, cool. If you need the link, there you go. I put the link back in the chat room. Oh, Layla Wells, well, ID coming back, so but she's a chick that's down with she down with Khalil Amani. They teamed up together to try to get ID wrongfully locked up because of him pushing the whole what happened to that boy movement. That's all that is. So by her putting false charges on him, they basically, they tried to silence him like they always do. Know how that go when you out here telling the truth and nothing but the truth. They find a way to silence you. So they tried to scare him and throw fake charges on him. And then they knocked all his channels down too. They tried to run him off YouTube so he don't come back. Yeah, it's called Slap. But as you can see, as y'all can see through the paperwork, he fought and ended up winning. Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Haven.
What up? What up? I'm
Okay,
on my
okay.
phone now.
All right, cool.
But yeah, let me explain to y'all what happened. I contact Layla Wills because her son Cameron was talking about his documentary, which is her documentary on Africa Bambaataa, TC Islam and stuff, right? So I contact her on Facebook. I hit her with a nice little message and I said, I believe her son was a participant because he was talking about killing this boy. She said, look, you can't tell me nothing because I know everything. I was like, oh yeah, that means you knew her son was gonna kill the boy and you ain't told nobody. So I'm looking at the documentary and I see Marcy Hamilton. Yes, Marcy Hamilton was a part of the video, Dave Wedge, and all these different other people that's a part of this production. So she brought Marcy Hamilton up in the trial too, right? In her portion of it, I never got to talk. I just got to say, I object and everything, right? So I called Marcy Hamilton. She owns one of these big child victim places or whatever. She's a lawyer too. If you look at Ron Savage when he's up in New York, what part of New York is that they got all the political stuff going on? I can't think of it now.
Manhattan.
Help me out.
Manhattan.
No, not Manhattan. It's a little bit out of there. It's upstate New York.
Yonkers.
No. It started with like an A or something.
You said upstate.
Yeah,
Albany.
it's upstate.
Albany.
Albany. That's it right there.
Got you.
See, I'm not familiar with all these places. I'm just learning about them.
Now,
Sitting
once
back.
you said the political thing, it hit
Yeah.
me. Albany.
Yeah. So now, if you see that Ron Savage stands by a certain dude, and then there's a certain woman that stands by them two. Her name is Marcy Hamilton. She's up there with the Child Victim Act, and she is a lawyer that goes against the Roman Catholic Church in the pedophilia that they've been charged with, right? So I call this woman and I hit her with the same thing. Do you know you're about to be in a documentary with the guy that probably killed the young man that got raped and stabbed down bottom? The stab and bottom. So she never answered. She's a lawyer now. She got one of these on her. She never answered the emails that I sent her, and she wouldn't take the call. Now I called about 3 times. She probably sent 2 or 3 emails, right? So I didn't harass her. I was just trying to let her know. So all of these people and all of this stuff is the reason that I was hit with the slap, because it's like, hold up. How you telling Marcy about her son and the murder of the boy, or possible murder of the boy? You got to get my film all messed up, and she said she spent about 50,000, 45 or whatever $1,000 on it, and I ain't gonna be able to put this out now because I used to say, because the dude from across the seas, he used to say it. The Netflix money is messed up because they was gonna try to sell it to some type of publication and stuff. So the Netflix money is all messed up now. So I used to say that. But as you see, she done had premieres of the documentary and all of this stuff and everything, but she ain't came out with that documentary because she knows she dropped that documentary. I ain't dropped my documentary yet. My documentary is called What Happened to That Boy. When she dropped her documentary and she leaves so much stuff out, when I do my documentary, I'm gonna cover everything that she don't cover, right? And so she ain't dropped that documentary yet. And see, one thing about the documentary is this: if I got a documentary and it's worth $1 million, then I'm gonna get my money eventually. But if I put that documentary out there and there's some criminating stuff in there, I might go to jail instead of get my $1 million. So that documentary, I don't think y'all gonna be seeing that no time soon. So if you donated money and all that stuff for the documentary, like Hassan said, that ain't his. That's her documentary. And if she don't get y'all money back, y'all just got took. But see, this is what happens in the conscious community because they don't do business right. Then they business get messed up and y'all lose y'all money for participating in their business. I told you I was going to give you my documentary for free. All I got to do is cut up some more stuff, do this and do that because the story is steady evolving. You know, Khalil Money going to do this little thing that he doing. It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve some more. Hassan and Sarnetta coming back together, it evolved. So I want to give you something that you can sit down, watch, be entertained, and learn something. But hey, in due time, that's all I can say. In due time.
Facts.
But yeah, Layla Wells is the one that's doing a documentary on Africa Bambaataa. My actions, my narrative has messed up her documentary money. So she took me to court on false charges, a slap case, tried to threaten me with that, dropped the case. I'm going to spend 3 days in jail. If I would have went to Cook County, I probably would have been murdered by some gangbanger, you know, that she got ties with, because she got ties with the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, and a couple heavy organizations that, you know, some knucklehead would have said, hey, Israel Doctrine, Carl Davis. You know, that's the way I see it. I fear for my life going in there, but, you know, the Lord saved me. He got me out of it.
Okay, so you definitely answered my last question just now because I was gonna ask you, what are you afraid to lose, and you just said it. You definitely
No,
was in fear for your life.
I'm not afraid to lose. I'm not afraid. My bad. I'm not afraid to lose nothing. Losing my life is gaining my life because I'm gonna get eternal salvation. I'm gonna have to go to sleep for a couple, you know, spells, but eventually I want to come up in the first resurrection. So that's my plan, to come up in the first. I might not make the first because I get pretty rough. But if God willing, I come up in the first. But fear is an option. This from your guy Will Smith. You remember the movie he just did with Jalen back there? Well, fear is an option, but danger is a must. You got to watch for the danger, but the fear, the danger, is a whole nother thing. You got a big barrel you looking with. What Mystical say? If you ever see me fighting with the barrel, don't help me. Help the barrel, because that gonna need it. It's gonna need the help. I don't need help. I need it, but I don't need help. I can handle these guys myself if they fight fair. They don't. If they fight fair, they will get a whooping. Hassan has never addressed me like he addressed Monty Woodgrain and Kev Gills and different stuff. He didn't talk to them. When I called to talk to him, he asked me what's up, talk crazy, and threw me off the phone. He wouldn't talk to me long. He wouldn't talk to me. He talked to Sarnetta. He pieced it up with Sarnetta. Sarnetta tried to make a peace agreement after they pieced it up. You ought to fly to New York and meet your brother, this and that and that. And I'm like, okay, I consider it. But next thing I know, he was with them old school gangsters talking about no more peace. I ain't making peace with nobody, so ain't no peace treaty.
Okay. Cool. And this after this we could wrap it up. But I guess he'll be back. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. If you listening, make sure you hit the like button. If you just tuning in, if you just getting on, make sure you hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, share the show. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody that donated so far. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, E313. I'm gonna just read your comment, Darth Tyrone. You said the Ashkenazi Khazars that call themselves Jewish today are Japhetic through Japheth and Gomer, not Semitic through Shem, Terah, and Abraham. Oh yeah, we know that. We know they not the real Jews, bro. We know that. That's a fact. So I'm just waiting for my brother ID to get back. Oh, there you go. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Oh, he got right back off. All right, I'm waiting for him to come back.
Hello? Y'all gotta forgive me. This phone. I'm hitting the little button and it's making it go all the way back. It's throwing me out the
Yeah.
room. But look, the Ashkenazi Jews, right? This is the key with them. You have some that are the children of Edom, the Edomites, twin brother of Jacob, Esau, children, right? They don't call themselves Hebrew Edomites, they just Edomites. Then you got some white folks, because that's the big secret. You got Hamitic children that Jacob looked like, and you got Japhetic children that Esau looked like. So Esau blend in with the whites and Jacob blend in with the blacks. But all white people ain't the same. When you look at the map of where Paul traveled and wrote all those letters to the Corinthians and the Ephesians and all that, those were what you call today European people. When Jesus, Yahshua, whatever you want to call him, was killed, he was killed by the Romans. The Romans are European. The Romans are the Gentiles. He was in the hands of the Gentiles. The Gentiles are commonly known as white folks, European, pale skins by the Indians and stuff, and all of these people. So you can't get them confused with each other like you can't get Israel confused with just an African, a child of Ham, because they're dark skinned, Israel dark skinned. And because Japhet is light skinned and Edom is light skinned, don't make them the same people. Skin tone was given to us by the Germans. A German came through and said black, brown, yellow, red, white, and gave you a color system to start dealing with. And we've been dealing with it and we've been programmed with it all our lives. So people just roll with the color system. That's why Black Lives Matter. But Black Lives is every dark skinned person that lives. But when you think about, as they said with the ADOS, the descendants of the slaves, that's a whole nother people, because I forget the name of the book, but it said Ham is the progenitor of the dark skinned race, but not the Negro. Meaning that all the dark skinned people come out of Ham, but he is not the father of the Negro. Them dark skinned people come out of somebody else. And it was 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japhet. We didn't come out of Japhet because they European whites, and we not white. And we didn't come out of Ham. There's only one other son, Shem, or Shemitic people. That's who we are. Now, the world been told this forever. That's why they came up with the Messiah plan. Would never be a black Messiah to come up again, and they don't control them. So what they did is they came up with COINTELPRO. This is what we dealing with today. They send out these so-called leaders and stuff. They grab an African spiritual system and how Africans fighting when the spiritual system is not that different. You got to think. They say Moses learned from Egypt. So once like I said, begin, if there's a salvational system, a system to save one's soul, well, if it be the lake of fire, the alligator, the weighing of the heart, it's the same system, but they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. So once again, I'm telling people that, and they trying to ban me from talking.
Right. So being that you just touched on that, the whole COINTELPRO thing, this ties into my last thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up. We almost had 2 hours, man. Give me your thoughts on Tamika Mallory and my song and the whole Black Lives Matter thing, because I'm bringing them up too, because remember, at one point, Poppy was going at my song hard, and my son and all of them, they got ties to the Zulus. So, give me your thoughts on them.
Well, I learned about them when Tamika Mallory got thrown off the plane, causing my son to get thrown out with her, and they going over there dealing with Farrakhan. Her son was attacking them then. Well, it's the son say he don't want his name caught up with my name because I'm not a big name. He wants to be named amongst the J Princes, the big name people, the stars, the Ice T's, the Professor Griffs, the stars, the people that have a name in the industry. So my son is somebody I started on early because I was like, my son, Hocus Focus Fifth and stuff. When the J Prince tweet came out, I was already on that because I was like, y'all New Bronx City, ain't that's what they call themselves, New Bronx City?
Yep.
I was like, New Bronx City need to clean up Bronx and clean up this whole mess here. How y'all the gangsters of the community and stuff got all the guns and everything, but y'all won't go whoop these niggas' tail? So when I started in on that, you can find the videos on my channel. If you look on my channel, you'll find a bunch of material. It ain't just a son. It ain't just Khalil. It ain't Africa Bambaataa. It's old stuff, polite and all of that stuff. But anyway, I was like, y'all need to do something about this. So Hassan attacked my son, Hocus Focus Fifth, Remy Ma, everybody that Jay Prince named, because he from the Bronx. He was like, and if y'all respond back to him, y'all this, that, and the other, and I ain't got no respect for y'all. So my son did what I figured he should do. Now, I was trying to get in touch with the brother because I was like, all you got to do is ask him what happened to the boy. If you bring that conversation up, big as you are and your platform that big, if you bring up what happened to that boy and ask him that, he can't give you a clear-cut answer, and he don't want the world to hear that he took a picture of that young man to murder him. And we haven't heard or seen from that young man. You go to my channel, the first video to introduce you to the channel is Ron Savage saying, what happened to that boy? Let's join the movement, find out what happened to that boy. If you go to Israel Doctrine Reloaded, which, you know, a moderator or somebody that had it up, you can put it up. If you go there, you're going to hear Ron Savage saying, what happened to the boy? Let's join the movement. I came out, the boy ain't come out. What happened? Right? So, Tamika Mallory, she's an activist. She's been seen with a lot of people and stuff. She's not used to these YouTube streets. Remember, I told her son, go hard or go home. If you play in these streets don't play. Right? That's how I define what's going on. These YouTube streets or the streets in real life don't play. You either got to go hard or go home. That's why Khalil Money, people like, what you doing arguing and fighting with him? Don't you know he's tied to the federal government and everything? F the federal government. I ain't did nothing wrong. I ain't touching children or nothing. I know they sent some child porn to my house. I didn't look at it. The county sheriffs came, looked, and everything, and everything was straight. So I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But Tamika Mallory ain't used to what goes on in these YouTube streets. You figure my son have been to jail, battle rap, this and that. He know how to deal with this stuff. So he made a video and told her son, look, I can't take on your problem. I don't know what happened. It didn't happen to me. I didn't hear about it. Go handle your own business. But he didn't know about what happened to the boy. So he didn't have a proper defense for her son. So I did some videos like join the movement, learn about the movement, hit him with that. Then you can be child victim advocates. Because right now, they just advocates for the people in general, Black Lives Matter or whatever. George Soros or whatever sponsored, you know, lesbian women, transsexual husband or what all goes with it. I don't know. I don't mess with Black Lives Matter. Right? So if they could hear the conversation about the boy and bring that out, then they'll win. Her son won't have nothing to say. He don't want the world to know that he wasn't a victim. He was a willing participant. If you want that Negro dead, I will kill him for you, Bam. Give me the picture. If you don't want me to talk about this no more, do these three things and I'll shut up and never talk about it again. But see, when you done been molested, your manhood has been taken, and they calling you a snitch. Oh, you can't take it no more. And that's what they did. They messed up. Sarnetta even messed up when he put Tafik back on there and let Tafik say that. They done took that manhood. As he said about Kev Gill's children that I helped put out there. Shout out to Kev Gill and his children. Bam put heavy manhood in her son. Like he said, I'm going to do your children. I'm putting some heavy manhood in them. Bambaataa put some heavy manhood in that boy. He took his manhood. And then they call him a snitch. You can't do that to him, man. There's only so much he can take before he going to rat or do whatever he do. Look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. They did that boy like that. And he said, well, what y'all want to know? What y'all want to know? Everything I know, you will soon know. Just ask me the questions and I'll tell you no lie. So that's the son now. You know, the video where he ran it, it's off the air. You know, people was telling me about it and exactly what was on it because I ain't been watching her son in a while. And I was like, damn, why didn't nobody download that video or send me a link to it and tell me what's on there? I would have downloaded. I was like, you know, hey, I guess I ain't got that in my arsenal. So I got a copy of it. Somebody did like I used to do, recorded and talked over it. So it's a little talking over it, but that's how I get the gist of what he was talking about because I missed it. I wasn't watching him, Sarnetta, nobody for a while because, like I said, I was learning SEO and I was learning how to combat these devils that's doing this devilment to me.
Right.
But Tamika Mallory, she sound very smart. My son, he ain't stupid, but they do not know how to deal with her son and this YouTube powerhouse that he star Tony, what's his name? Tommy Sotomayor, Doggy Diamond. All these people have a conglomerate
Queens
against
Flip.
Queens, all these cats.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming through, big bro. Much love, man. If y'all tuned in right now, make sure y'all go subscribe. Israel Doctrine Reloaded. Some one of my mods, can y'all please put his channel back in the chat? So I could post it.
Yeah, and to JT, I want to come over there do an interview. If you know, you can listen to this, the underrated darkness. You can listen to this and come up with some questions or whatever. We could do it again if you want to too. You know, I love telling the story because a lot of people ain't heard my story. I don't get to go on platforms, and if I do, they attack me. And you didn't attack me, or y'all won't attack me. So y'all let me get my story out. But ask the hard questions, like you was trying to do with the whole you getting money from this, you doing that. I'm not doing. Look, I'm just trying to take the evil out the community. That's payment for me. If the federal government go and get Bambada and lock him up, of his cohorts, those who helped him, then I'm fine.
No doubt, man. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you definitely for your time. If you got your Cash App, if you got a Cash App, drop your Cash App in the chat room, man, so people could hit you up on the Cash App, man. Cash App, PayPal, or whatever. Go ahead and post it in the chat room, bro, so people could donate to your
Well,
cause.
the PayPal is PayPal me at Israel Doctrine. So that's
Mm-hmm.
PayPal.me at Israel Doctrine. However written, y'all know how to do it. If you ever PayPal somebody, do PayPal me. And the Cash App is Israel Doctrine. So, you know,
Okay.
I don't ask for nothing, but I accept money. You know, I don't turn down no money. If you send it,
Right.
I will receive it.
For sure, man. But definitely, man, I appreciate you for sure. The Cash App, I just put the Cash App in the chat room, y'all. If y'all enjoyed the show, y'all go ahead and hit the brother up. Show some love to the brother for coming through and supporting Sheep Stay Sleep TV as always, man. His channel was up there on the screen. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go over there and subscribe. Much love to you once again. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. If you just tuning in, go ahead and hit the like button and catch the replay. I appreciate you, bro. This is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are
That's a
our own agency. We are our own agency. Salute to my brother Israel Doctrine once again, man. And we're gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
subscribe, y'all, because I got a lot coming out. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.
Peace.